Hey there, YouTube. Today's video is called Stripe Show, and it's a little bit of a play on words. I'm putting on a little baby stripe show, but really the stripe is referring to my divot pattern. And I just wanted to mention that when I'm on nice grass, I want to make rows like this. I want to make stripes in the grass. But a lot of times I have to make do with just trying to build a lie when everybody else has chopped it out. You can't do that. You're stuck with what you've got. And I try and just even it out and make a block. But at any rate, this weekend is the MSC Intensive. So much fun. I'm excited to work with all these golfers that are coming out. And I'm super duper happy. I'm going to be joined by my friend Greg, who was a Class A instructor, PGA, worked with Jim McLean, and worked for Ben Hogan. So we're going to have an amazing time this weekend. It's going to be super hot. I want you guys to watch out there. If you're in the heat wave like we are, I've got the cooler packed up. I've got a tent, everything else to try and survive this weekend. It's going to be awesome. But I do know that I'm working on my over-the-top miracle swing. I think you should be too. 12 years of my swing evolution. It's the best thing I've ever seen. You're going to see it today in this golf video. I just hit the ball better than I ever have. I've got more confidence than ever, and that's allowing me to work on my total game, spend all my time mostly focused on chipping and putting. Okay, so that's available. It's a simple video, 42 minutes long, or you can get MSC TV, which I highly recommend. MSC TV is great. And, you know, if you sign up for a year, it's just $8.33 a month. I continually update the process and the things that I'm learning with the over-the-top miracle swing. And you can check out my lesson with Gary Player. Gary Player gave me a golf lesson. How cool is that? I just posted that to MSC TV as well. So I hope you enjoy your Labor Day weekend and enjoy my little stripe show. Hey guys, so I'm going to take you through one of my ball striking sessions here. I've already done my chipping and putting for a couple of hours. Now I'm going to reward myself with some ball striking, and I got a big bucket. So I got like a couple hundred balls, and I'm probably through about 80. So I wanted to talk about my divot pattern because I don't always make these stripes. And this is my preferred method of hitting golf balls, but I have to have good turf to be able to do it. A lot of times, you know, on a poor driving range, I'll be searching for a decent lie. So I have to hunt for, you know, for a little ground to hit off of. But this day I was on great ground here at Altadena. They have a very nice driving range, and it's one of the reasons why I've been going there recently. Ooh, that was a little bit heavy. But that happens. You know, but what I'm trying to do is just set the ball about an inch behind the little stripe, and it helps you to take less grass. So at any rate, Tiger usually goes in a box. I do that at Eaton Canyon usually, or if I don't have really good ground so I can do these stripes. But from what I understand, it makes it a little bit easier for the grass to grow back in if there's a stripe of grass in between. So here I believe I'm hitting a 7-iron now. I'm hitting to the back right pin that's probably somewhere between 165 and 170 yards out there. Again, I'm focused completely on tempo and just trying to swing smooth. My little OTT move, I want to feel like I'm staying down and over the ball. I do still sometimes fight right there, dropping it under a little bit. You know, but if I can cover the ball with my chest, I can get much better compression. I feel actually as if my left arm is being pressed into the ground with my chest. That's the feeling I kind of go for. I keep it connected, and then after my little OTT move, I just feel like I'm pressing down with my torso, and it keeps me on top of the ball. Always a work in progress, but I feel that I'm hitting the ball probably the best of my swing evolution at this point. And you know, just fooling around with different shots. I believe I've got a higher lofted club I've gone back to work on some specific feelings and shots before I work my way up to my driver. It just feels so good when you have the confidence that you can compress the ball and you know, make it do what you want. It's funny because I'm hypercritical about my ball flight now. Whereas when I started my swing evolution, I just wanted to make solid contact repeatedly. And it really is the over-the-top golf swing that's giving me the confidence that I've never had before. And hence, that's why I finally have the time to get super focused on my short game. And that's where it's at for me at this point. It's so crystal clear. But I think that most golfers can relate that if you're not hitting the ball solid, I mean, you could focus on your short game, but for me, the joy just isn't there. I want to be able to get the ball off the tee and be able to hit plenty of greens in regulation. So here I've got a little alignment stick that I'm going to use. I find that this helps me a little bit because it's for me to see where my foot position is. I have a tendency to get too closed, and I think that it's a very helpful aid. Another thing I had somebody mention in my last video was that I don't need to hover the golf club, and I personally disagree with that completely. Jack Nicklaus hovered the golf club, and the clubs are so light. What it does is that, since I take it back to the inside, I have more room so I don't drag the bottom of the club on the grass going backwards. That's one of the main benefits of hovering. But the second thing is, I want to feel that the club is being thrown away from me. And the best way for me to measure out where it's going to be at impact is to let it hover a little bit. If I set it on the ground, I have to play the ball off the toe because it's going to be pulled away from my center of gravity like the rings of Saturn. So here I'm just, pasting these little balls out there. That one I cut a little more than I would like, but in general, most of these balls are playable. And that's the most important thing for me to get at this point. Ooh, okay, there's a teachable moment. I kind of got ahead of it, my arms flipped over, and I hooked it. So let's watch this in slow motion. Yep, my head was a little bit in front of the ball. What I'm trying to do is feel like I'm staying behind the ball and actually hitting the ball with an uppercut. That was a much better swing. There is a little bit too much of an uppercut, but the point of it is, it's the palm up feeling that Jack Nicklaus described with his driver. And in a moment, I'm going to take a second to show you a little bit more of what that feels like. In my last round, I actually hit so many fairways. I was playing with John Levitt, my friend who's a great professional. So here's me keeping behind the ball and feeling that palm up cut finish. So guys, give it a try. I hope you hit them long and hit them straight and pick up the over-the-top miracle swing. It's changed my life. Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
I want you to swing over the top. You heard me. Now hear me out.
My swing is feeling effortless with power.
Don't try to rebuild your swing if you're over the top. Learn to use it to your advantage.
What do you notice about it?
It's just easy. It's just easy. I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts, just one. Just come inside, hit down.
Dropping it under causes pushes and hooks, and it almost ruined my back. When I started my swing evolution, I was a terrible golfer. Today, my channel has over 25 million views, and I even got to swing as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Click the link below to experience your very own miracle.